What's up, everyone? So with the holidays coming up, I decided to do a vegan chocolate chip cookie recipe for you guys. Let's get started on that. First thing you're going to need is 2 1/4 cup flour. Now you can use gluten-free flour or almond flour, the flour of your choice. Personally, I just chose to use just plain all-purpose flour. Then you're going to need, well, we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1/4 teaspoon of just normal salt. So I'm gonna add that in, followed by 1/2 cup of just white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Now it is a very sweet recipe, so you can definitely substitute it for other sugars. Personally, these are just the ones I like, and I don't have any intolerance towards those sugars. Feel free to even substitute it with maple syrup. Now I would probably omit the soy milk in it, or your milk of preference, just so it doesn't end up being too wet. But we're gonna go ahead and just mix the dry ingredients together just till well combined. Next up, we are gonna start adding our wet ingredients. So we'll start by adding 1 cup of vegan butter. Now personally, I like using this one the best. It has the most authentic butter taste for me, and it seems to be just very versatile in all kinds of cooking. So we'll go ahead and add that. Now I did kind of the worst thing for most people when you bake, and I did melt it. Not totally, but I did melt it. Just added 1/4 cup of soy milk. Now you can use coconut milk, almond milk, totally up to you. I just had some soy milk on hand. Then we're gonna add just a dash of vanilla. Now you can definitely add more if Now we're just gonna add a dash of vanilla. Now you can definitely add more. Personally, I added vanilla soy milk, so it already has a hint of vanilla. And I personally am just not a huge fan of the vanilla flavor, so I like just adding in like a dash of it just to add that flavor. Now, my secret ingredient for chocolate chip cookies is always cinnamon. Now this is something that my grandma added when I was little, so it just kind of is my personal taste. Again, I just like to add just a small dash of it. Now that that is pretty well combined, doesn't have to be 100% combined, but just fairly well combined, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chocolate chips. Now, this is a very chocolatey recipe, but I like to use the mini chocolate chips. And the reason for that is I like actually doing just very small cookies versus very large cookies. Now, this recipe would definitely still work for larger cookies. I would just recommend either using the more flat chocolate chips or the mini still. I've never really had good experience using normal sized chocolate chips in cookies. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just mix that very well together. Now that that is totally combined all together, now there will be a few stray chocolate chips that are falling out of the mixture just because it is a drier cookie dough, not really sticky. But I just went ahead and kind of oiled 2 baking sheets with just a little bit of coconut oil. Now I prefer doing that over tin foil or parchment paper, things like that, just to reduce a little bit waste, and they come up off the same. So all I did was took a little chunk of coconut oil and rubbed it over the whole thing just using my fingers, and they're totally greased now. Now for these, I found it works best using a 1 tablespoon scoop. So I just have a straight up tablespoon here, and I just take 1 tablespoon of the cookie dough. Then I'll ball it out with my hands and just drop it on the cookie sheet. Now you can do quite a few on each cookie sheet. I like to space them out a little bit more, but I also don't like smashing them down because I do like them to stay kind of thicker and cakier as well. But if you do prefer more crispy and chewy, all you have to do is flatten it down a little bit as if you would with peanut butter cookies, even with a fork, same way you would do peanut butter cookies. So I'm gonna go ahead and do all of these. I have my oven preheated to 350, and yeah, we'll get on that. Alright, so we have them on 2 baking sheets. There is some dough left over that will pop onto these baking sheets once this batch is done, or you can even save it for cookie dough in your ice cream or just to eat straight. It has no egg in it. You can eat the raw cookie dough. But we're gonna pop these in the oven again at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes or cook till your satisfaction. Again, they have no egg or dairy in them, so you can undercook them as much as you want. So the cookies are all done now. Did mix it up a little bit. It is 18 to 20 minute bake time, not 8 to 10. Not sure how I mixed that up, but I did. But they came out so perfect, ooey gooey, and just so chewy. Another thing is oiling the pan with the coconut oil like I did makes them come off so much easier. I mean, like, you can basically just slide it off of the pan. So yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy these with some soy milk or maybe even some hot cocoa. Not quite sure yet, but the recipe will be in the description box below. I will try to find the original recipe. I've been using it for a couple years now, so I'm not even quite sure where I found the recipe initially, but I'll try to find that for you guys. Leave your comments down below, anything that you want to see, videos, things like that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.